Come on in. Come on in. It's a bad hair day.
All day I rush around, but I'm still on the ground.
Yeah, come on in.
On the ground.
I have my tea. I even gave Robert a cup of tea.
I'll soon be fluttering if I can find my
Robert's been out stacking wood,
find my wings.
getting ready for the next storm.
Impatiently,
You just never know.
I want to fly today.
Get your cup. Hug a cup
I
day.
hear a gentle voice inside me say that slow and steady steps will be my pace. Slow and steady steps will win this race. It will take some time, but the victory will be mine.
Get on in here. It's been a busy day, but I've cleaned out the refrigerator. I had some, Robert loves my potato soup, and I had some baked potatoes I needed to use up, so I have turned those into potato soup for Robert. I'm not going to eat potato soup because I'm still doing the hot melt sprint, and potatoes are off my diet. Anyway, so I've got a pot of soup going. I think it's all going to go in the freezer. Nothing like having backup soup in the freezer when you need it. And we do it in like a bowl full in a bag, and we just do them flat. Just getting ready for if the power goes out or whatever. We're good to go. It's always good to be prepared. I like being prepared. Yeah. You never know when there's going to be a storm, snowstorm right now in this part of the world. Not that we're having one right now, but we could have one in just a heartbeat. Yeah, if you get a storm coming up from the south, we could have 20 inches, but we don't have one right now. We still got a little snow on the ground right now, but I'm not worried. But when you run out of firewood on your porch, you have to put more firewood on the porch and in the house to be ready to build a fire. So we've been doing useful things today. Hadn't got much else done, but we've been doing useful things. So grab your tea. I'm loving my hot cup of tea in my hand. Let's see if it's too hot to drink. It's just right. Yeah, I heard there were snow flurries in Texas, and if there's a storm in Texas, it can come right up our way. Yep, I look for that sort of thing. Anyway, folks, what have y'all been doing? I watched some podcasts of some church services today, and I've been listening to some preachers that I like. So I've been kind of renewing my spirit in the whole scheme of things today, and it enlightens me. It makes me feel good. There's Miss Joy. So folks, drink up. There is nothing like a good old hot cup of tea on a cold day. Now things are warming up outside, but it's been cold and nasty. Yeah, I got to get some work done. Anyway, folks, it's a lovely day. I almost didn't come on because my hair is quite nasty, but start thinking about this next week. Tomorrow is Monday. We're going to do our weekly home blessing. Let's just do a little sneak peek through the week. Tuesday's plan and play day. And that's our day we usually plan our menus for next week. We had leftover chili last night, and it was better last night than it was the day before. So think about what you can cook and spread out over the week and make other things out of it. It's always good. Menu planning is important. It's the only real way you can save money, folks. The only way you can save real money is via menu planning. So think about next week, this coming week, and see if you can come up with some menus that you can share. My phone's telling me to install. Yeah, that was weird. My phone's not happy. I have two phones right here. One of them's my backup phone. Do you have 25 hamburger meal recipes? No, I don't personally, but you can look them up. You can get on YouTube and look up hamburger meat recipes. I have written out 25 things that I can do, what I can do with hamburger, everything from tacos to stroganoff, burgers, sloppy joes. There's a ton of things, but you've got the same access to YouTube that I have. So get on there and look for it. And that way you can watch a couple of videos and, oh, I'm in major ketosis, that's for certain. Yeah. Yep. I can smell it. Anyway, it's just important to plan your meals. I mean, that's the beauty of the Hot Melt Sprint. Our meals are planned. We have a vegetable, not a starchy vegetable, a green leafy vegetable, or a green vegetable. We have a salad with a great dressing, and we have a little piece of protein. It can be fish. It can be. I made up a muffin tin full of meatloaves, and they're about this big. They're just not a little bit bigger than a golf ball when they shrank, and they have been so good. They've just been so good. So I would make up my hot melt soup, and I would put two little meatballs in them, and I felt like I was in heaven. Meatball soup. So that's been good for me to know I have everything in the freezer, and then I take it out of the freezer, put it in the refrigerator to thaw up, that I can have for these meals. And you can do this during the whole month, getting ready for the Hot Melt Sprint when we're in Zone 2. And we do it every month, and it's wonderful. So go to savingdinner.com/sprint to those meatloaves. So they were. I didn't expect them. I just put the meat in a muffin tin, but you could make the meat into balls, and it just worked out really well. It's just enough, about 2 ounces, I think, is how it worked out. And I don't need a topping on them. I just have the meatballs. So, folks, planning your meals is the only real way you can save money. I know you think you can save it with gas and your electric bill by turning lights off, but in the end, it's only a few bucks. But menu planning goes a long way to feed your family and save you money, because buying prepackaged foods is expensive. It's expensive, and you can make up your own. You can cook from scratch and save a lot of money. Maybe it's a pot of beans one night, and then you take those leftover pinto beans and you turn them into refried beans with some of that hamburger taco meat, and put some mozzarella cheese on top, and you can make a casserole out of that. Just lots of things you can extend. Leanne calls it rubber chicken, but I call it rubber anything because you can make a pot of beans go a long way. I have even taken pinto beans, mashed them up, and turned them into pinto bean fritters. Yeah, you just kind of put them in a skillet and fry them on both sides. They're pretty good. Put some egg in it. You can do lots of things. but you got to cook. You just can't expect it to just be laid out there for you. You got to learn to cook. And it's important. And Leanne teaches you. Because cooking is the only real way to save money. And utilize your indentured servants, as Leanne calls them. Utilize them. Get out your crock pot. Get out your Instapot. Get out your bread machine. And wow. It's amazing what you can fix and feed your family and save money at the same time. So, drink up, folks. And stay positive. But let's stay safe too. Let's stay home if you need to. Yeah, pinto bean fritters, they're good. Or you can use leftover mashed potatoes and make them. You can do lots of things. I have even used leftover mashed potatoes that I would cut into like a shape of a stick of butter and put my meatloaf around it. So you got, and a big hunk, put a cheese stick in there, and you've got cheese potatoes inside of a meatloaf. It's making a meal out of leftovers. It's always fun. It's always fun. So y'all be good, kind, and sweet. Take care of things. Get some meals planned. And, put together some meals that you can cook out of your pantry at any time. And get the stuff in your house. That way you're ready for a storm. You're ready for anything. If you've got food in your pantry, you don't have to leave the house. I mean, we could be stuck in our house for 2 weeks and we'd be fine. I want you having that kind of security. And it comes from having a pantry, a well-stocked pantry. And possibly an alternate way to cook. We have a generator that sits right out that window. And I have an electric skillet because my stove won't work. But I have a fireplace and I have a grid I could put in the fireplace and cook on top of the coals. I could do it. I've got a Dutch oven. So I have alternate ways to cook. I also have an electric skillet I could plug into my one outlet. I've got to have my coffee. So I could plug my electric skillet into that outlet and I could cook anything. Just about anything. So having a crock pot that you can utilize, having a Dutch oven, alternate ways to cook. You got your barbecue grill outside, but don't bring the barbecue grill in the house. Anyway, drink up, folks. Think about being prepared for whatever the weather brings. In the summertime, it's flooding. Our bridge could go out. There's lots of reasons we couldn't get out to town. But I know where you can save money, and it comes from planning meals. Planning meals. So do some planning this week. Get creative. You are. You can do anything that you want to do. And when you can save some money, you could probably save $50 a week or more on groceries. Yeah. Leanne used to feed her family for less than $50 a week. Yeah, she could do it. So drink up. Here's the saving money. And have fun with it. Have fun with it. Get creative. Get a couple people together and think about how you could put together some meals. Fixing some wonderful stuff. Leanne had a go-to recipe that was black bean tortillas. Yeah, we can do it if you want to. I love my crock pot too. It's going right now. I had these leftover potatoes, so I took them all out of the skins. And then I smashed them all up. I sauteed a whole onion in some wonderful butter. And then I added some bacon to it. So it's going to be stuffed potato soup for Robert. I'm not going to eat it. He might eat it. I think I'm going to fast. Anyway, folks, I love you all. And I will see you tomorrow morning because we're going to do our weekly home blessing. And it'll be my birthday. Justin said, he called me a while ago. He said, Mom, tomorrow you're officially going to be a senior citizen. And I said, you are a mess. I said, I am not a senior citizen yet. I'm still 25 years old. He's the only thing that makes me feel old anyway. So, I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Bye.